there is nowhere in physiology that says you and I must eat 3 times a day. No, there's no way in physiology.
Seriously?
Honestly. We're the only creatures that think we must eat 3 times. No.
Where did it come from?
That is it. Number one, I always advocate look out for your organs. As two brothers as we're sitting, even though we may go in and they say, oh, you have low sperm count, you want to ask yourself, was it on a day you are stressed or not stressed? Because a lot of times we have the factory, the sperm is not there. When our ladies come to us and we start doing foreplay, your body goes into that rapid production. What does your factory need at that time? It needs all the raw materials. Make sure you drink enough water. No matter what, you are not going to overload yourself with water. And before anybody asks you, how much water do I need to drink? Look at your urine. If your urine is clear and your urine doesn't form any bubbles, you are well hydrated. When you are well hydrated, if you go to the other room with your wife, you're going to make a lot of volume for your semen. That's one thing. Avoid sedentary lifestyle. Yes, the sugary stuff and all that is there, but if you are active, you can probably burn all those. And then the rule of thumb now for us is avoid white food. Not a racial comment. White bread is not as good as brown bread. Wheat bread is a lot better. Brown rice is better than white rice. And if you're going to do all this, do them in moderation, because these are food that causes hyperglycemia. It makes your sugar go up, so you're going to feel full, and the next 20-30 minutes, you're going to be hungry again. So your caloric intake is something you should be mindful of. So in a nutshell, a lot of African foods are good if we eat them in moderation and we eat them timely. And again, let's increase our physical activity.
So our moderation and timeliness.
Yes.
Now, there's some challenge we have currently in this country. You know, based on the country we're in, Nigeria,
Yes.
there's lots of hardship and all of that. So most people are hungry. And then maybe when someone has gone hungry for a whole day, hasn't seen food, and managed to see one load of fiber that is given to that person, I'm going to tell the person, just eat small. And the person is not even assured of tomorrow. Most people believe that all you need to do is just load your stomach, because you are not even assured of your tomorrow or your next meal, just so that you can be able to have something within you for all those periods. So what do you say?
No, that's a good point. And we need to be mindful, to be very sensitive to the environment we're in. Yes, it's really tough for lots of people. And what you are alluding to is the rampant poverty. And when you now talk to someone who's not sure, someone who is like 010, he only eats once a day.
Yes.
You are telling him to just consume a little.
bit.
That's where the dicey choice comes into play. But let me give you an alternative. Dalai Lama once said, it's either you eat your food as medicine or your medicine as your food. You're giving me an example of someone who is struggling. The whole issue is to condition ourselves. Let me give you the premise. There is nowhere in physiology that says you and I must eat 3 times a day. No, there's no way in physiology.
Seriously?
Honestly. We're the only creatures that think we must eat 3 times. No.
Where did it come from?
That is it. This is just the mindset of, access and, being able to afford it. There are some people in Nigeria, they can afford it, but they only eat once a day. And they've been able to condition their body that way. And in order to avoid the